shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me.
You got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you. How long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Can I be your superhero?
say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up. You can have it all, watch me rip it off. I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella love. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right, it feels right. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. We're gonna burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Let's not go for it. Arena of Valor Open Cup number 19 for the European region. We're here in the grand final stages because we only had 2 registration this weekend, so we're gonna jump straight into the best of 3 series between Night's Wolves and Team Noob. Now Team Noob we've seen a couple of times before. Night's Wolves, they haven't played before, so we're gonna have to see how they're gonna fare up against one another. And since we are already into the draft, let's take a look exactly what these teams are picking here between themselves. So let's jump into that real quick. There we go. And now you can see we have RM for Night's Wolves. And we do have Team Noob picking out a couple of characters from themselves as well. We have RM coming through from Knights, then we had Florentino. We also had Raz coming through for their side, so a couple of very strong picks, a couple of mobile picks coming through. And we have Team Noob on the opposing end. They do have Darcy as the first pick coming through, Brunhilda as well. So a couple of very good strong picks here in Superman for the mobility as well. So we do have that Darcy as mainly a good poke, very strong and potent in that kind of poking role. Kind of opens up a lot of space for his team, so we're gonna have to see how exactly they're gonna utilize that, but that's exactly how I do imagine they are gonna play out that Darcy. Also, for the people wondering why it's all going so fast, it's because these teams were in the game already, but they kind of forgot the observer, you know, so they kind of surrendered. So they have already gotten the picks once before, so they've just repicked the characters that they had in the previous matchup, and they are basically going at it again. But this time with the slight difference that they do have the spectator inside in here as well. So this time around we're gonna have to we can actually see the action, and we can cast on what is happening exactly between these two teams. Well, we are slowly gonna jump into the game here soon enough. 20 seconds left on this draft. Let's quickly talk about exactly what these teams are gonna be wanting to do here. We have Brunhilda and Darcy, mainly pretty good long-range poke characters. So the side of Team Noob, definitely they want to play the long poke game. At the same time, we do have Night Wolves who want to jump in. They want to be in the middle of the fight. We have Florentino, we have Raz, who are extremely mobile. You have somebody like RM that will also provide a lot of damage once you lock somebody down, and the damage starts coming your way. You can reflect that onto the person that you are locking down. So ARM will deal a lot of damage in that sense as well, and we're gonna see how they're gonna be utilizing that ARM. But they have a very dive heavy composition. Even with that Nakroth coming through, it's even more of a kind of a backline disabled type of a game here. Violet is of course the long range poke coming through for their side as well, so they have a little bit of ways to play around, and it is pretty good. But on the opposing end, we do have Team Noob, who's playing a very good poke style composition. Also, they have very good disengage should they want to do so, especially with that lumber. The ultimate can stop any advancement that the opponent want to do. We have Ryoma, who can be very mobile, slow the enemies down, stun them up if it is so well needed, and then pinwheel out of there. So definitely a very good couple of characters to have. Also Darcy with the ultimates as well will be able to just bring back enemies once they try to run or try to do something to kind of disrupt the style that the side of Team Noob have picked up for themselves. without further ado, let's jump right into this game 1 here. As both of these teams have loaded in now, so let's see if it is going to be one of those aggressive games, or will we have one of those defensive style beginnings here. As we do have already a little bit of early action probably playing out here. Yep, Mr. Noob with that power surge onto Ducky there. Superman though gonna be able to get away to safety here, as Alarm sticking around, and Fengxi with that lumber as well. They're just scouting around, and now we do have Darcy coming in, and just a little bit of poke being exchanged here as Mr. Noob still cleaning up the middle lane first wave here, as now gets to the level 2 part. So this is when we can expect Raz to be a little bit of aggressive. Fengxi is going to be coming in, there's Stroxy coming in as well. They're going to get a little bit of poke off only. That's the only thing that they got off of this. Meanwhile, bottom lane did have Seagull being done by Davey and Maheswara there on the bottom side. Arm gonna try to go for the poke. There it is, and Brunhilde gonna be stunned up there. Violet came through with a tactical fire as well. A little bit of poke just happening. Meanwhile, a little bit of engagement happening. Troxy taking small camp from Nakroth. That's gonna hurt them out just a little bit. Nakroth should still be able to get to level 4 because of this kind of delay, but we also have Ryoma already level 4, so he can already go for a gank or a fight in the middle of the map if they so well please. But currently they do not want to do so. Fengxi is going to rotate up top where Florentino is, and Florentino is going to scout down. Fengxi coming in with the lumbar. Superman tries to dash in as well, gets a damage off, but the dash is there, and at the side of Team Noob get the first blood here. Wonderful execution. They waited there in the bush, waited for Prototype to rotate to the middle of the map, and exactly then they took him out. So very good patient gameplay coming through from this Night's Wolves, or sorry, Team Noob. And now possibly looking at Abyssal Dragon as well, with Nover being a level 5 here with that Ryoma pinwheeling out of there. There's a Wailing Plate coming through, a little bit of poke. And now there's a Wailing Plate once again. Spectral Arrow has been activated. There's Arm going very low. Mahasvara has to get away from there. Kratos is now going to reset just now. And both of these teams, they are going to be fighting for this objective. Prototype does come in. There's the knock-up coming through as well. Ducky is going to be way too far forward. He's going to be focused on. There's the Superman dash back, but the damage is there. Arm going to activate the beast there. Gets a stun up. All of the members are low. And there's Brunhilde with the poke coming through. Digs herself in, and with those long range auto attacks will be able to do a lot of damage. There's Prototype going head to head with Nover inside the jungle. Prototype has to be careful because Brunhilde is rotating in to help as well. Nover is still looking for more action. He's looking to be aggressive here as a side of Team Noob. They are in a better stance currently. Their health are high. Oh, a little bit of a misplay. 5 health left on the red buff, and Spectral Ire missing. Means Violet is going to be able to come in and get the last hit there with the tactical fire there. Does get the buff steal, and they retain that red buff for themselves. Blue buff is not going to be so lucky. Nakroth not going to be able to secure that one for himself with the health that he had as well. No chance of contesting that buff there. As for now, we are going to see up top the push going to be coming through. We did have Ducky, Fengxi, and Noverall up top, but they just cleaned up the wave, and now they're going to rotate into the middle of the map where Mr. Noob is not going to see them coming. Actually, he might. He's going to try to run away from this one. Superman's got to jump in. There's a front press coming through as well. There's the ultimate from Lumber. Will it be enough? Mr. Noob gets pulled back. Dimensional Cube is there, but Ducky is also very fast with that Superman dash is coming left, right, and center, and the ultimate of Nakroth being popped, but no knockups right now. Prototype does come through, wants to take this fight. Nakroth's gonna be jumping in. There's a knockup coming through. Spectral Ire to heal up Ryoma, and Dimensional Cube is not gonna connect just yet, so they're gonna back away from this one. And bottom lane is gonna be in a little bit of jeopardy as now Violet scouts it out. The Arm's gonna be there as well. Will it be enough? Violet's already going low. There's the ultimate coming through. Oh, it's gonna be enough, and there's Arm locking down Fengxi, but it wasn't enough in the end. Double kill coming through from Brunhilde, and that is a very, very dangerous Brunhilde indeed. 2-1-1 is her scoreline, and Loxy gonna have to feel so good with that character. Now the jump in from Fengxi is gonna be there. There's a stun and knock up. Mr. Noob trying to get away. All sorts of dashes coming through, and he's gonna be successful in escaping that engagement there. But meanwhile, all sorts of objectives are going in favor of Team Noob here. We had bottom lane tier 1 falling. We did have red buff, or the Might Golem, being taken by Nova as well. Kratos went down, and now the rotation into the middle as well. Prototype gonna get caught out. There's the stun coming through. Oh, will it be? No, it won't. Prototype gets away to safety. Loxy tries to poke down the tower, and now it's gonna be coming in there. There's Fengsi. The ultimate has been popped by Troxy as well, and they're gonna do all sorts of things. There's the ultimate onto the knockups there. Violet has to get away. Tower's falling lower and lower. That's the one they wanted to get. The objectives down. They take 2 kills in advance as well, and they're gonna be looking for even more. Ducky jumps in. Prototype tries to fight this one out, but that's 5 members actually. Necroth comes in from the sideline, tries to take down the back line. Is unsuccessful in doing so. Fengsi did fall, but that was in the fight prior to that tier 1 falling, but it was in the end pretty good push coming through from Team Noob. They got 2 towers in the middle of the map, and a lot of objective control went to their favor. Nova even taking out Prototype there in the ending of that kind of engagement there. We do have Mr. Noob now rotating onto the middle, and bottom lane we have Violet as well as Aram, both trying to take this fight. As Troxy does use the ultimate to get away. Loxy is inside the bush as well, but currently just going back to base. The recall comes through, and it's gonna be a healing and mana regeneration for him. Fengsi is waiting for any opponents that he can scout out. Necroth does go aggressive. That might be his death actually, as people are rotating, and Nova's going to be coming through the knockups there, and Fengsi's going to cut off the retreat. There's nowhere for Necroth to go. Loxy gets the kill there, and a beautiful execution comes through as well. Team Noob, they surely have this top tower as well, if they so well please to push it. Mr. Noob gets caught out. The rotation scouted out, and he is gonna go down. Superman jumps in. Mr. Noob has nowhere to run to, and absolute decimation comes through from Team Noob. There's Prototype trying to take the fight as well, but it's not gonna be enough. Will it be actually? No, Ducky with the Frost Breath is gonna finish off the kill. Sage Golem gonna feel the full force of Team Noob as well, and the tier 1 up top was claimed by their side as well. Team Noob, they're looking really strong here in this game currently. Violet backing out on the bottom, as Ducky now gonna look to clean up the minion wave so that the tier 1 does not go down at the bottom side of the map. Ducky gonna be rotating in, and the rest of the side of Team Noob has caught up for him there, as Mahasvara is gonna go down. There's a lot of damage coming his way. There's a Lumber ultimate gets Violet. There's the Brunhilde attacks coming through, but they're only poking tower. Nothing more gonna come out of this one, as Nova finds Mr. Noob. That's done. It's good. They get another kill. Mr. Noob goes down, and there's nothing for them to do currently. 2 people down for the count. Tier 3 is in jeopardy now. Team Noob, they leave no stone unturned here, as they're gonna go for the tower here. Prototype tries to go in. Violet comes in with the tactical fire as well. The ultimate is gonna be there from Darcy. Will it be enough? Prototype still trying to fight this one out. Violet has fallen, so has Darcy. There's nothing. Masvara goes in, gets the lockdown onto Loxy. There's the jump in from Necroth. They might have a chance to defend it. The knockup comes through on the couple of members. Masvara, maybe he can have the damage. No, he cannot. Mr. Noob spawns up now. The defense is all onto him. Ducky low. So is Nover, but Nover is gonna back away and get the healing up from the jungle. Team Noob has gotten what they came for, and they got themselves to tier 3. Nover jumping on in over the wall as well, but nothing can happen out of that one, as they both are gonna stay in relative safety of each other. Mr. Noob does not want to initiate any more than Superman wants to, or not Superman, but Ryoma wants to go in with that low HP, so. But then I'm gonna back off. And Team Noob, they're going to take this time and clean up themselves a little bit of those objectives. Once again, objective control so important in these games, especially if you get to this top tier of Arena of Valor action. You need to control these objectives, because if you start letting them go for free, then certainly enemies can get really dangerous really quick. As Superman's gonna be jumping in, gets 2. Prototype and Masvara both have to get away from this one. Nover's gonna keep the chase going. Violet with the tactical fires is there. Prototype is gonna jump in. Ducky dealing all sorts of damage. There's Darcy jumping in with an ultimate as well. Mr. Noob tries to get a poke with the power surge, and now Lumbar for the rotation from that backside. There's a knock up onto through. Ducky is gonna come in with the dash. Ducky has the damage. Violet's down for the count. Mr. Noob running around the tower. Will it be enough? No, it won't. Nover comes in with the auto attack, and Spectral Ire onto the creep as well. Will mean that they are going to be able to claim a little bit more there, as bottom lane tower is going to fall for sure. Top lane has gone down. Tier 2s across the board going to fall for the side of Knights Wolves, and now possibly even the core in jeopardy as Team Noob, they gather their forces in the middle of the map. There's Spectral are coming through. Nacro's gonna be jumping in. The ultimate comes through. That's not gonna be enough. Loxy's damage is just way too much. Prototype in the midst of enemy team. Can't do anything alone. Double kill for Loxy. As Mahesvara gonna try to go in as well. But Brunhilde is not being focused down. Digs himself in. There's the auto attacks coming through. Will it be enough? Mr. Noob jumps in. Will it be enough? Did Loxy get a quad kill? I believe he didn't. I believe Troxy or Superman got one of those kills. But it does not even matter because the core is in jeopardy. And blue team towers have been cleaned up across the board, and core has fallen as well. Team Noob, they clean up this first game in this best of 3 grand finals for the Open Cup number 19. Beautiful execution there. Absolutely spot on rotations coming through time and time again. Just being very fast and very mobile. Even though I did say at the side of Knights Wolves should have the advantage in the sense of them having a very mobile team. It ended up being the fact that Superman was just able to rotate across the map, and then Fengxi as well coming through with a little bit of a help from Ryoma there as well. 4-25 the scoreline. As let's quickly take a look at the participation, and we did see Nover just 88% of the fights he was, or 88% of the kills he was in there helping his team out. But we're gonna so we're on to a quick break. We're going to get ourselves ready into the next lobby, and let's see exactly how this grand finals is going to end. So make sure you grab yourself some snacks, some drinks, and be back in just a minute when we have game 2 between Night Wolves and Team Noob. Stick around.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESL Open Cup for Arena of Valor. That's number 19 for the European region, and we are here in our grand final stages. We have a best of 3 series for you guys between Team Noob and Knights Wolves. We're 1-0 in this best of 3 series, with Team Noob taking a decisive win in game 1. Let's take a look exactly how the game 2 is going to pan out as we go into the picks and bans for this game. Could be this, actually this not could be, but this is the match point for Team Noob. If they take this one home, they are going to be able to claim themselves up those pay safe card vouchers from this week. So everything to play for here. A loser goes home with nothing, or actually stays home with nothing there, as I'm pretty sure majority of these players are playing from home rather than somewhere else. But we are into the draft, so let's take a look exactly what's being picked, what's being banned here, as Florentino being taken out of the game by Team Noob. And then we do have Superman being banned out by the side of Knights Wolves. Now, of course, both of these strong bans. We saw Superman rotating across the map last game, coming through from Team Noob. Very decisive character. They utilized him very well, and it's not a surprise for that to go. We also see Zip being banned out. No surprise there. We did see Zip banned out, not the previous week, well, the previous tournament, to be precise, 2 weeks ago. When Zip was seeing majority of the time he was being banned, whenever it was not being banned, he was being picked up first pick. And Zip made a huge difference in those games, to say the least. So Zip is definitely a logical ban. What else we could potentially see being banned out here would be maybe Lumber or Brunhilde. Actually, they're going to ban Enzo there, so don't want to see that judgment coming their way. They're going to instantly pick up Fennec on the side of Team Noob there. So they decide the Fennec is the first pick that will take them home with a victory here, as neither side of Knights Wolves have a choice to be made here. Ishar seems to be the choice potentially, and Hayata as well. So Hayata, Ishar going to be coming through, and definitely a couple of strong picks here. Ishar has a very interesting play style. She has that kind of a pet to work with, and that brings a lot of damage to you as well if you manage to utilize that correctly. The opposing end, though, they do have Ignis as well, so that can potentially make use of that little pet following Ishar everywhere. So that would definitely be a good pick. I do agree with that. And Ignis, majority of times, will have a very good poke as well. But Darcy now being covered. Last game, they did have Darcy, and Darcy is going to be the pick. So Darcy's a very good pick. They utilized him very well last game. They did have a lot of good kind of ways to play with the Darcy. The poke was very good coming through, and they did have a really mobile team to secure themselves a lot of these objectives across the board, and was helping them out a bunch in the last game of this best of 3, the first game, so to say. And Richter as well to help them with the rotations. Of course, Richter, when you run in that river, you get bonus movement speed, and that's going to help you immensely in rotating from top to middle, and then potentially even from middle to bottom, or into that abyssal pit area where you want to have majority of the fight. Even that's inside a river, so Richter has a lot of mobility around those fights, and we're gonna have to see how the side of Team Noob are able to utilize Richter. But we had Eri being picked up by the side of Knights Wolves, and a very strong pick. Eri has kind of AoE stun as well, can jump in. It's looking like Knights Wolves are once again looking at a very aggressive kind of dive heavy composition here. Eri, one of those characters that wants to jump in, wants to be in the middle of the fight. Same goes for Hayata. Well, Hayata doesn't necessarily want to jump in, but Hayata's ultimate is incredibly good, and if you manage to place it in just the correct place, then you will have a lot of good damage being done by Hayata, and that will definitely help his team out a lot. We do have bans coming through now, so we're going to see exactly what's being taken out in the second banning phase of this grand final. Game 2 here, and we instantly see Lumber. Now, no surprise there. Lumber made all the difference in the last game and was really strong on the rotations, so Lumber is no surprise. We're also going to see Violet being taken out. There was a couple of moments where Violet was enjoying very good success with the poke there, even in the last game, where it wasn't necessarily looking like they had the damage or they had the way of kind of dealing the damage, but Violet was doing a very good job in trying to keep the damage up as much as possible, and that is really respectable, and that's exactly why it's being taken out of the board here, is because they really they don't want that Violet going on to the hands of Knights Wolves again. But now Brunhilde being covered over for ban, as they're gonna skip the ban here, so interesting choice there. Brunhilde would have made a lot of sense, but at the same time they already have Fennec picked, so I don't really see them going for that, as Jaugnar is being banned out. Both of these sides, they do not have a support for themselves, so focusing on that will be one of the key factors here, as well as Alistair comes through for the middle lane for the side of Knights Wolves, and that's an interesting one because I believe Ishar is the magic dealer, so that's definitely going to be an interesting one. But the side of Team Noob, they're looking at a support and what is going to be more than likely the solo lane, as it's looking by the picks here, as they're going to lock them. Actually, never mind, might be jungle's good, which will be interesting in and on itself. But at the same time, the side of Noob has picked a little bit of a kind of counters to themselves, in a sense, because Scud wants to push everybody away, and Mina has the Dark Dominion, pulls everybody to hit her. So at the same time, Scud, of course, if they manage to get their combo correct, it's not going to make a huge difference, because Mina can get the taunt off, then Scud can run behind enemies and then push them even further in towards their own team. So that's definitely a combination that they want to be going for. But at the same time, if Scud is looking to get out, uses the ultimate, then Mina's like, we can take this fight, goes in, uses Dark Dominion, that's going to be a little bit scary in and on itself. It's looking like Ishar is going to be on the supportive role for this game here, as we do see it was Nakroth being picked up as the last pick for the side of Knights Wolves, and it'll definitely be interesting to see how they are gonna execute on both of these teams, especially considering the fact that Scud and Mina kind of a counter play style for both of these characters. So it's gonna take a lot of good team communication to not mess each other up there. And of course, they do have a lot of more initiation possibilities as well. They do have Darcy, you can bring people back in. Mina can gen stun up people. Fennec with those chain hammers can slow people down incredibly well. And Richter, of course, with his playstyle, can definitely provide a lot of poke. So we're gonna have to see exactly how these teams want to be executing these fights. And of course, on the opposing end, we have Knights Wolves. Again, I say once again, their team composition is looking really dive heavy. They're looking at Nakroth jumping in for the backline. They're looking at Prototype playing that Aerie to jump onto the backline, try to get the backline down as quick as possible. We also have Alistair who can lock down one person that's going towards him, and also Hayate that can jump in with an ultimate as well. So there's a lot of good potential to dive the backline. The question is, will they be able to execute it? The only problem I see with their lineup currently is that they don't have enough tanky characters, and that's going to provide a lot of problems for them, potentially in the early to mid game. Because Scud and Richter and Mina will get incredibly tanky towards this kind of mid-game phase, let's say 4 or 5 minutes in, where you are already onto your second Abyssal Dragon. It's gonna become incredibly potent that you need that front line to kind of soak up a little bit of damage, and then Mina jumping in with that Dark Dominion can just throw a wrench in all of your plans suddenly. So that's definitely something they have to keep in mind on the side of Knights Wolves here. Team Noob, they are once again ahead 1-0 here in the grand finals. They're looking to close this series out and get themselves the grand final victory here. They're on the match point currently. Mr. Noob once again going to be in the middle of the map as dimensional cubes are already being blown out, and there's the magic barrier coming through as well. As Mr. Noob just gonna farm it up, gets to level 2. Fenxi tries for the pull, doesn't get it. Dimensional cube just for the poke as well. And Mina comes outside, does a little bit of recall bait, but nothing much more gonna come out of that one, as we do have Nakroth cleaning up his jungles. Good is a little bit faster. Once again, Nover seems to be in a faster rotation inside this jungle. If we do have a little bit of a fight happening, Mahasvara has to get away. The Ishar falling low. Droxy goes over the wall and gets the last hit onto Mahasvara. He has to now try to do anything he can, and the pet gets cleaned up as well. Croxy with the first blood. That's going to be a little bit bad now for the side of Knights Wolves. Once again, giving away the first blood in an unfavorable manner there. That's the problem with Ishar. Ishar isn't that tanky in those rotations, and suddenly if you do face somebody like Fenxi coming out of that bush, or Croxy coming out of that bush, you might have a little bit of trouble, as Mr. Noob's going to be going in there to jump in from Nakros coming through as well. The damage is a little bit there. The stun come through from Mr. Noob 1, as now Nakros has to get away to safety. There's the 10 million jumps, and Nakros has, across the board, tries to potentially back away inside this bush. There's a dimensional cube. He's going to jump away. Hayara comes into the fight as well. Loxy comes through. He's going to want to deal the damage. Old Search has got dashes in. Wants to get a piece of the action as well. Hayara dashing away to safety. Ishar comes back onto the bottom side of the map. Mahasvara, they're under rotation. And no kills being traded just yet, but a lot of members falling low, and now these teams backing away, recognizing the fact. Up, as I say, that bottom lane, we do have Ishar going down low, and then Mahasvara goes down as well. That's a double kill coming through, and now this is looking rather scary for the side of Knights Wolves, as Team Noob, they've claimed double kill, and potentially they can even get this episode Dragon without any contention. There's Loxy going at the tower, wants to get those auto attacks onto the tower. Tower doesn't take too much damage, as Nakroth did sacrifice himself just a little bit, but for the greater good, as the tower is going to be able to survive there in very high HP, and Episode Dragon is in there as well. Loxy gonna use the rolling lightning there, kind of deal a little bit of damage. Once again, I'm going to use the ultimate to clean up the minion wave. Both of these bottom lanes, they want to clean up the wave as fast as possible, because there is Abyssal Dragon on the board currently, and both of these teams want to go for it. Dexter Loxy is going to dash on in. There's Nakroth as well. The ultimate from Hayara has been popped as well, and the knockup's going to be there. Actually, Loxy survives for a tad longer, but not long enough there to flicker away, but unable to do anything more significant with that. And now Red Team tower up top has been cleaned up. Mystery Noob is going to go down as well. And Night Wolves, they're going to look to clean up the bottom lane tier 1 tower in response. Episode Dragon is up for taking as well. So if Night Wolves manage to get that one, they're going to be in a little bit of a better spot than they were prior to these fights happening. Episode Dragon has been cleaned up, and now Ducky going to be looking for this rotation. Spots it out. Notices Nakroth coming on in. He's going to be jumping in. There's a knock-up coming through, and a little bit of poke as Mahasvara is going to be coming in. That is Shard dealing all sorts of damage there. And we have a jump in. Nakroth going to have to dash away from the under the tower. Fenxi going to be a lockdown, and there's a little bit of a chain CC coming through. Well, it was actually chain stacking the CC there, as Mahasvara is there for a little bit of a frontline presence. Droxy still sticking around, doing all sorts of things. Oh, that good dimensional cube. It's gonna clean it up. Mahasvara should go down the ultimate there as well. Mina comes in with the spin, but it's not gonna be enough, as Mahasvara is gonna be able to escape, and so will the pet. And now the jump in from Nakroth once again gonna be there, saves the tower, as finally Balliste is being spawned on in. So those siege creeps are gonna help in the upcoming pushes from both of these teams. If one of these teams want to go for a hardcore push, they can certainly do so, with those siege minions helping them out, surviving a little bit more tower damage than those regular ranged and melee creeps. As Mr. Taki is in the midst of the enemy forces. He's a soldier behind enemy lines. He's going to be jumping on in. Mahasvara goes solo. There's the dimension cube. Scott jumps in. Taki gets the kill. Mahasvara's minion will get cleaned up as well. Prototype comes in from the sideline. He's not gonna get the damage on just yet. Jumps onto Proxy. The ultimate's there, but it was off target. Proxy with the quick tap, but the flicker gets away to safety. And that's gonna be the end of that fight. Nacroth's gonna be coming on in. That's the on-target will come through. And Ducky with the damage is there. Mr. Noob channels the ultimate. Well, will it be enough? There's the Matrix of Woe down on the ground as well. But Ducky not gonna go down, as the damage just wasn't enough. And also the fact that Troxy did come in with the damage of his own. Tier 1 on the bottom side has been cleaned up. That's a dash in. Nover is going to deal all sorts of damage. That's another dash in. Ishar comes on in. Masvara able to save his teammate. Now they're both of them are going to be able to get the safety. The pet going to survive the onslaught of 3 members of Team Noob. And Team Noob, they say, sure, you can get away, but Abyssal Dragon can't escape us. They take it down, and that's objective going into their pockets. In terms of objectives, it's equal currently, but in terms of kills, 5 kills in favor of Team Noob there. As we do have a little bit of a jump away coming through once again from Nacroth, the escape artist. Once again, making a swift exit out of the middle of the enemy team. The difference is rough, what is it, 2,800 in favor of Team Noob, but that's definitely not insurmountable lead. With a good couple of kills, Night's Wolves might have a chance of coming back into this one. Nacroth jumps in, finds a couple of members. There's the ultimate from Ishar being popped as well. Duck is in the midst of enemy team. Nacroth's gonna be jumping in. Dimension Cube, that's a good ultimate being popped as well. Snover, the damage is there, and now the pull. Oh, it's all sorts of damage. The spins, the cleanup. Oh my god, 4 have gone down. The minion is next to fall. Davey comes in, but it's not gonna be enough. Hayata all by himself. Nobody on the side of Team Noob is even low HP currently. That was absolute decimation. I did say I'm a little bit skeptical of the combination that Team Noob have picked up from themselves, but suddenly they execute a wombo combo, and the side of Night's Wolves, they get disintegrated. Absolutely disappear off the map. I mean, that was a better disappearing act than Houdini's managed to do so far. And now, Team Noob, they're going to look for more. They're going to be looking for those jungle buff. Might Golem is going to be cleaned up by Loxy there. His onslaught streak comes through for Nover, and he's going to be looking for more. The 1 HP escape. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. Mahasvara not going to be able to clean it up. And Nover is going to be able to get the safety, get out of there with the enemy rotation coming in. That was a magical play coming through, and once again the play the Team Noob needed. They equalized the playing field, once again get themselves a little bit of advantage because the prototype's going to be down for 15 seconds. Nacroth's going to be jumping on in. There's magic barrier being popped as well. Mr. Noob popping the Matrix of Bow over the wall for a little bit of poke into that bush there. Troxy and Ducky both sticking around. Fanxy looking for a little bit more here as well, as we did have Finnick as well as Scud both being backing away. There's the ultimate coming through. Mr. Noob gets pulled back in. There's Fanxy coming through. Hayata with an ultimate. The Dark Dominion has been popped, but Hayata cannot be kind of taunted up once you are in that ultimate, and ultimate they channel out through. So Mina not gonna be able to get the Dark Dominion that she wanted, but at the same time they did gain Mr. Noob for themselves as well. Loxy gonna go for the bottom lane kill, as we did have Nacroth going down, now going for even more. There's a second one. Will he get the third one? He's looking all sorts of damage. Ishar, Masvara is dealing all sorts of damage. Loxy still staying around. Will a bit of prototype finally comes in, but it's too late. That's the ace coming through, or not the ace. I'm sorry, 4 kills coming through on the back of that Fennec play. Mr. Noob comes in, but it's not gonna be enough. Has to defend 2 towers all by himself. He's gonna lose the middle one. Will he lose the bottom one as well? Might look like it, as the rotation is gonna be there. Dimensional Cube pick up onto the minions is there, and finally Nacroth's gonna respawn back on in, and Mr. Noob gonna put down the magic barrier there, being pulled back in by Troxy there. The ultimate, once again, good one, is gonna be on target. Troxy very good with that Tarsi, consistently hitting ultimates onto Mr. Noob, and that's something you can't really have happen. As that Alistair, you need to be staying safe, and once again Dimensional Cube's gonna connect. Alistair has to get away to safety. They have to heal up before taking this fight, otherwise they're gonna lose it straight off the bat. As Nacroth being scouted out, Fanxy puts the taunt through the Dark Dominion, does not connect. However, Nacroth faster in the retreat there. But Team Noob, they are knocking on base door here, as they're looking for a potential 2-0 sweep here in the grand finals. Mr. Noob gets poked on in. Nacroth's gonna be jumping on in. There's a Nacroth Knockup coming through. Fancy gets one of these kills. 2 members have gone down. Suddenly, it's going to be Ishar, Tori going down as well. 3 members have gone down. And now Hayata and Nakroth, last 2 remaining members on this side of Night Wolves. Will this be the conclusion of them? Currently, Team Noob is making it look easy. They're making it really easy to control this map as they've cleaned up bottom tier 3 as well. They're looking at a top tier 3 now. And if they manage to clean that one up, they are going to have those super minions charging down the middle of the map. 3 of those, that's going to be so difficult to defend against. Nover trying to jump onto Hayata. There's Nakroth being decimally decimated there as Hayata goes down as well. There's no escape even under the core. Ishtar comes through and now the damage is going to be there. Alistair channel to ultimate. Mahasvara has to get away. There's a pull on coming on in, but will it be enough? Mahasvara still chasing. It's not going to be enough. And Team Noob, they've done it. It's a 2-0 sweep here in the grand finals in a spectacular showing. It was a 2-0. Team Noob, they clean it up and they make it look easy.